Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about composting, home composting. And this is, again, a very old composter, but it's a typical size and shape. They have some now that you can roll, and so you can actually turn it. I don't turn mine because it's kind of small, and also things like snakes live in here, and I really don't want to kill those. And I really only have one season worth of things anyway to put in it. So I usually just empty mine in the spring into the garden, and then you're going to want to have some brown, what they call brown. You can use newspaper, you can use leaves, and if you tear those up with a lawnmower and put them in a leaf bin like thing, then you can put your vegetables, scraps, and that sort of thing in the compost, and then put some brown on top, and that way it won't smell. Your compost should not smell. Composter typically has a lid with knobs, so that raccoons that are very good with their paws are as good as our hands, they can get into them. They don't get into this one, and so you have a lid. And some of them these days have a few holes in the top so that you get some rainwater in there. Sometimes with this one I do have to add a little bit of water. Typically they have 1 or 2 doors on the side, and at the beginning of the spring, I go in and dig out my compost, which is pretty good. I don't sift it because I don't have a sifter, and in a home composter, a lot of times it's not fine. It's not like the town's compost pile, but it's good enough, and it raises good vegetables. So then I just put it on each of my sections, like that, and then I just put it in a little bit with the top of the soil. The new methods these days are to not dig up your soil too much. Don't turn it over big shovelfuls anymore. Even the farms are trying to not use a tractor to till it anymore. Now this one here has all been dug in, and it's been planted, and you can't see as much of the compost in this one that's been dug in the top. And this big stuff will continue to compost when it's in the ground, and so it does just fine. A couple things that are important about home composters: you want to put it in the sunniest spot you can in your yard, because you want it to heat up. That's the whole point. Mine gets about 6 hours of sun, which is not optimal, but it's good enough. And you want to be careful with these. Do not equate a home composter with the anaerobic digesting kinds of things, or the stuff that you can put in the black earth bins. They can take a lot more things than a home composter. Banana peels, citrus things. I found out this year that avocado peels, they do not break down. Eggshells do not break down in a home composter. It might do better if it had full sun all day, but it didn't work in mine. And it's trial and error. You can try and put things in, and then if it doesn't work the next year, you just don't put them in. This year I tried to put some stems with roots, and they didn't compost down. And so I'm just pulling them out after I put it on the garden. Oh, one other thing that's important: if it doesn't have a bottom, you can use something like this. This is hardware cloth. You can get it in any hardware store. And you want to put something at the bottom. You want to have a bottom on your composter, because especially in a suburban area, mice and rats can dig under and go in, and they're looking for food. And so you really want to have a bottom on it. And I think that's good.